Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. Today I'm going to talk about a bunch of different things in this clip that may not be related to each other, but I just think they're good opportunities. And I did add some more into fertilizers. They're looking really good. I like their chart patterns, and I've added a little bit more into them on top of my core positions, so to speak, the ones that I opened up. And I just want to give you some more options out there of what looks good and what potentially could do well in the future here. So again, this is charting. This is just me kind of going all over the place, looking at different areas of what I think might be good areas for investment. So I've got MOO up here, and MOO is the VanEck Agribusiness ETF. What I'm seeing here is this squeezing up. It squeezed up all the way to the tip here. This would have been the perfect time to buy it, is right back in 2020, and we're moving on up. And this is probably going to continue moving on up over time. IPI, which is the Intrepid Potash, looks incredibly good here. We've broken this downtrend line, a big old downtrend line, and it's coming here. And they have synthetic, they grow their own fertilizer with these big solar farms. And they've got super cheap input costs, and they're controlled. So this one, I added in quite a bit more. I got super lucky. I was looking at this stuff down here at like $9. I added some in. It wasn't a very huge stake. It's been rolling on higher, and I added in more here at $44 up here because we've broken this big downtrend line, and it looks ready to go to move on up. And this could be a quite substantial move for Intrepid Potash. Mosaic's another one with the fertilizer company that I bought on the break. I bought it like in here, 26, 25 bucks, whatever it was. Coming on down, it's broken to the upside. Its projected move is at $160 or something like that. And I've just been holding on, but this thing looks pretty solid. Very solid candlesticks on the weekly candlestick basis. Going to the dailies look good too. As it cycles on up with higher lows, just keeps pouncing higher. So that one looks good. Looking at EEM now, the dollar's been strong, and usually EEM doesn't do as well with a stronger dollar, but we do have a retest here. This broke out. It's coming back to do a retest. So if we see a weaker dollar, you'll probably see this move on up here. This is the COVID fallout, came on up, and if we see weaker dollar, this would be another one to look at if we get a weaker dollar. It's a big if. Looking at, let me see here, move on up. Where is the home builders? Looks like we're coming up into, I wouldn't use that one as a good indication there. We have an increasing channel there. Now, Hovnanian, yeah, however you say that, coming on down. This thing has been a rocket ship higher. Yeah, we might have a little bit of weakness in the near term, but if I see it come back here, I might add in a little bit. And then MDC Holdings, these are just kind of the home builders. I was looking at home builders. Probably look at it from up here, and I bet you we're putting in a bigger pattern than what I even have, and it's probably going to be some big one like this or something like that. That's still chopping out there. And then we're going to get a big old break to the upside, is my guess. And let me see if we can see a kind of a big trend here that's forming. Actually, let's do all here. Oh my goodness, look at this thing. It looks like we're coming to a point here where we could be testing an area up here. That could be another good buy point for MDC Holdings, and which is a home builder. Another one I was looking at, MP Materials was looking quite good. It was looking like it was trying to break to the upside here. If we get a break, MP Materials might be a good one to look at. Ticker symbol MP. Looking at some of these other ones, you know, I don't know what to do with the lithiums. They've already gone up so much, but I mean, I don't know if I'd be getting in them right up here for lithium. This is lithium, and that's what I'm talking about. It's had a monster run from $39 to almost 100, and I don't know what to make of it, guys. I don't know what to make of it yet because I usually don't chase. Nova Royalty was looking good. That's one that I like. It's right here, ready to break to the upside. I think we'll see it break at any point. That's if copper firms up. So looking at copper, let's look at copper real quick. Copper was slightly down today. Just kind of looking at the big picture view, though, I think this is the first wave, and then we're going to get another big wave coming of a move higher. Think of it like right here, and then we're going to break. Once it breaks its high, it's gone. So that's copper there. Lumber's just been moving volatilely all over the place. We're still making some good headways up. Nickel looks like we're kind of squeezing up here in this big old pattern that I've drawn in here. And hopefully we can break to the upside of this thing. It's a monster pattern. Palladium, I suspect palladium to be weak. I don't know why this would be strong. Usually it goes in opposite of platinum and silver and all the rest. So I suspect that would be weak. Looking at the S&P 500 just to show you, everything's holding together on the S&P 500 at the moment. But I think at some point, I mean, it's going to probably, you know, squeeze up here at some point, and we'll see what happens. Oh man, you know, kind of look at it from like this perspective, like it's squeezing up into a point. But you know, I'm not going to bet against it. I'm just going to play my game over in the commodity sector and not really worry about what this thing's doing. But eventually, I suspect this thing to roll over at some point, whenever that point is. So far, they've been quite resilient, and I don't know if they're in there just buying them straight out, the Federal Reserve, just buying stock, because, I mean, the way that this thing kind of like rolled out of it and then just started heading back up seems kind of weird. It's just weird. Looking at some of the diversified mining companies, I mean, this one, it doesn't look super strong to me. It looks like this could potentially head a little bit lower. Copper's still chopping sideways if you draw it like that. A little bit of weakness in Rio Tinto. It could head back down a little bit, and the same with BHP. It doesn't look super strong. It looks like we're almost ready to come back down a little bit. Glencore, we're right above its support line, so that one looks good. Norilsk Nickel getting a little bit of a buying pressure today, so that's good. Teck, which is another copper company, is right at the kind of the breakout of this long-term downtrend line, so that one doesn't look too bad. Freeport-McMoran's been strong, looks strong. Same with Southern Copper. It's right here trying to break out to the upside. And then we've got Alphamin, which is a tin company, and that's broken to the upside, and it's done quite well already. I don't know if I'd be chasing it up here. I probably wouldn't chase it up there at the moment. And then looking at the solar companies, I mean, I redrew this and drew it like this, and maybe we're at a good spot. I mean, these things continue to look strong. I mean, they were a strong sell-off here, but they've looked strong here just recently. And I just keep looking at them, and I don't know what necessarily to do with them. I'm not a solar expert, guys. And I know everybody says that we're going to go to solar and that everything's going to be so great, but I have my doubts. I just don't. I mean, I just don't. I mean, I own some money in it, but if the entire commodity sector goes up, that's like the entire input costs for solar. They become less financially viable. So why would somebody buy solar panels if the price continues to go up and we're in this like large commodity boom? if oil starts rocketing higher and all of the input costs for all of these solar panels go way up, I mean, we could. I don't know what the end game of peak oil looks like. If we hit peak oil and prices rocket higher, then I would suspect solar to rocket higher, because solar is nothing more than a collection of a bunch of commodities to produce energy at lower energy return on investment. So it's a I don't know. It's an area where it's like, it's intriguing. I want it to work. I want it to get more. I want it to get cheaper, and have the ability to store electricity, and have that get cheaper. So it can be a clear break for me, but I just can't. I haven't warmed up to it yet. I want to, but I can't. So I put some money in it. I can't put big money in it. It's not in me yet. I feel like I have to be in oil. I feel like I have to be in energy services. I feel like I have to be in uranium, because of the opportunities. The fertilizer companies look really good. So I put, I beefed that up, and I'm riding. I'm pretty happy with the portfolio. The uranium companies I own, the oil companies I own, the fertilizer companies, the couple of home builders I have. I've got a decent array of royalty companies, some gold and silver stuff. I'm starting to really like my holdings. So hopefully we kill it here. But that's what I see in the overall market. I'm really super light on everything outside of the commodity area. And hopefully the precious metals get their butt moving. But I still think they could be lagged behind the rest. So we'll see what happens. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And thank you for listening. This is Finding Value.